Darnell, how's the knee?
It's good. Just a little bruise from last game. Kind of got re-aggravated in the last game. In this game. Knocked knees with the nickel on one of the routes and kind of just wouldn't go down. So kept trying to go, but just kind of annoying me. So I just got out.
Darnell, between series or so, you kind of trying to jog it out, feel it out. What were you feeling?
Just like a knot on top of my kneecap, and it was just in the way. It was just hard for me to like bend my knee. So just a nagging bruise, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine for this week for sure.
Did it pop up in the first half too, like late in the first half?
Yeah. I ran. It was like 2 routes that I ran where I like knocked knees with a guy, and just kind of kept re-aggravating it. So.
Darnell, you've been part of some struggles with this team overall the last several seasons, now starting out 0-2. How do you keep the focus on improving when the results aren't there and the idea of the process that you guys are working for when you're not winning these games yet?
Yeah, you obviously don't want to be 0-2. You always want to win the game. Just looking at the film and just understanding that execution is the main thing. You can obviously slow down the clicker and say things could work out in this fashion, but actually understanding why it'll work and understanding why it would work gives you the confidence on understanding why things can work.
Darnell, after the first drive in the second half, it seemed like the offense had an all-offensive huddle just on the side or on the bench there. Can you give us some insight on what that was about?
Mercedes kind of pulled us all together and was like, man, they can't mess with us, man, at all. Just continue to understand that we can't really mess up on our own. Like, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot, and just take advantage of what they give us. Like, we started, I think we started at like the 50 yard line, and I don't think we scored. I think we got like a field goal or something like that. We got like last week, we didn't have the best field position, and it was kind of hard to make those drives. But when we have a short field position, we kind of have to take advantage of that. Not kind of, we have to take advantage of that. That's when you put up points, and that's when you have you give the defense a break of just catching their breath. And once we get some points on the board, and that gives us gives the defense a better chance of just doing what they have to do. So.
Darnell, Matt was just in here talking about the need for the passing game to find consistency. Can you put your finger on why you guys have been kind of inconsistent in that area the first 2 games?
I can't really put a finger on it. But like you see in the first start of the game, throwing the ball down the field, putting the ball in DJ's hands, allowing him to make a play, and it happened again. Just giving him the ball, make a play, and then Chase got in the end zone. Just allowing the guys to be accountable on whatever it is down the field. Allow us to be able to make that play, drop that ball, whatever it is. Allow us to be accountable. So we just kind of have to just continue to think like that, and just putting the fault on us guys.
Darnell, Matt mentioned there were some spacing issues on one of the plays in the second quarter. Just receivers just being a little too close together. I think it happened again where like Cole and DJ were kind of near the same spot. Yeah. Are those just kind of fluke plays, or has there been just some detail stuff that just hasn't been where it needs to be with you guys?
I think it's just something we just have to continue to talk about whatever like the ball's in the middle of the field, or which hash or whatever it may be. So it's just something we have to get back to the board in detail on where we need to be on the spots wise. Basically, based on where the ball is in the game. Usually the ball is always on the hash, but the ball is kind of in the middle of the field, so we kind of have to figure out the details on that for sure.
And when you have that first drive and you guys get in that groove right away and that feeling kind of comes back, like this is what it looks like, how do you describe just kind of the frustration and the feeling that comes with 6 drives after that where you just couldn't rediscover the groove that was obviously there to start the game?
Yeah, with like you said, with the first drive, that's something that we feel like we're capable of doing, and it starts with just, like I said, putting the ball in the playmaker's hands. Put the ball in DJ's hands. The first couple plays, you see, gets us down to the end zone pretty fast, and just, like I said, allowing us to be accountable, allowing us to make those plays or don't make those plays, and blaming on us. We'll take the blame for sure. So just allowing us to be accountable for those. So.
As a follow-up to that, I know that you said it a couple times, put the ball in the playmaker's hands. Do you think that Justin Fields should take off and run more and make plays with his legs like he did last year? Do you think he's doing that enough this year?
I mean, you can't really say all those things. I think last year you didn't really think he was doing that until we kind of changed things to make it fit for our offense within what we had. So we're still kind of trying to figure out what we have, what we're good at, and like I said last year, you didn't think he would just run the ball until probably like a couple weeks in the season where you're understanding like this works for us, so we're going to continue to do that. So we're kind of still trying to figure out what works for us, and I mean it's not too soon, not too late or whatever to figure those things out. Obviously, we don't want to be 0-2. If we're 2-0, we're not really talking about like what works, and we're probably still trying to figure out what works, but we're still trying to figure those things out. So
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Darnell. Okay, what's the feel for this team and the idea of what you guys can do to bounce back?
Just bouncing back. I mean, yeah, we're on to came in here and watched the tape, cleaned up some stuff, and now it's on to the next week. NFL's a week by week league, and we understand that, and now it's all looking forward to this week against Kansas City.
From a defensive perspective in this game, what was, after watching the film or during the film review, what was the most discouraging thing for you guys as a whole in this game from the defensive side?
I think just missed opportunities. I mean, I think we did a better job at putting pressure on the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, and just not finishing those opportunities. And then even with turnovers, I mean, it's still one of those things. And we gotta turn over the ball. We gotta get takeaways, and we had opportunities, and one fumble bounced pretty far away. They ended up getting it, and those are just things that we gotta. Maybe the bounce doesn't go our way, but we gotta figure out a way to get them. And so I think those are a couple things.
Have you guys been able to figure out or identify why you haven't been able to, as you said, finish, especially when you're putting the pressure on, when getting to the quarterback or TFLs, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, we had hands on him. We had him wrapped up almost a few times this week, and just got to get him to the ground. Can't let him kind of get out and be able to get the ball away. Let him kind of throw it away. And get out of those kind of negative yardage plays. And I think that came up a few times, and just something that we keep saying it, that we got to finish it, and that's exactly what we got to do, and got to figure out a way to get him on the ground.
Chiefs are a tough team to kind of bounce back against. That's a big challenge. Just what do you think about having to be in that position, and I guess maybe even opportunity to kind of prove yourselves against what a lot of people I'm sure think is the best offense in the league and the best quarterback.
Yeah, obviously a very good team. I mean, the defending world champs, and going to their place, but I think it's about us, and we got to do our jobs and do it to the best of our ability. And then it's the NFL. It's crazy how this game works, and you go in there, cause a few turnovers, get the ball, take advantage of opportunities when they're given, and it's the NFL. And so I think it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I think everyone's excited about the opportunity and excited to go into Kansas City, go against a really good team, and see what we're up against.
What's it been like for you, even before you were with the Bears, to watch a guy like Mahomes? As you're a football player, and you knew you're going to be a pro or whatever. And when you see him, what's your thoughts on him? Just what he does, and when you see it from afar, it's just a little different than actually being on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone realizes that he's a great player and a great quarterback. I mean, he wouldn't have the success that he's had over the past 4 years if he wasn't a great player and a great quarterback. But it's our job to go in there and stop him.
Jack, is there a common theme with your guys' struggles on third down? Like, is there a common reason for it, or is it just different across the board depending on the play?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's super common. I mean, every play is so different, and every play, either the call is different or offensive scheme is different. So I wouldn't say there's certainly like a common theme that just constantly shows up. I think we just need to do a better job all around, and I think that starts on first and second down, really kind of getting them in the third and longs, and then kind of capitalizing, getting when we get pressure, finish those opportunities, and just do a good job in the back end and coverage.
Jack, it's obviously now 12 straight losses for this team dating back to last season. Does that weigh on you guys as players in the locker room?
I mean, yeah, I think for me, it definitely does, just because, you know, everyone's here to win, and everybody here wants to win, and so yeah, it definitely is tough, and you know, just being here last year too, being a part of that, I think everyone kind of understands, everyone feels it, and I think nobody is more kind of disappointed in it than you know the guys that are going out there every Sunday and kind of putting their bodies on the line for it, and yeah, I think everyone wants to win. I mean, the city deserves. Uh, a winning team, and yeah, and but we come in every day, and you know that's our goal.
Jalen Johnson mentioned that the team needs to learn how to win, how to finish ultimately. Do you agree with that assessment?
I mean, I don't know exactly, you know, what he's talking about, you know, learning how to, but I mean, I think just in those critical moments in either end of game, you know, on defense or like 2 minute drives, stuff like that. I mean, just kind of playing better kind of situational football, and because I mean, NFL. Most games each week come down to one score or a few plays here and there, and I think just in those critical moments, just being better.
Is it surprising in that game yesterday when you guys are down 3 with 2.5 minutes to go in the game, despite being statistically outplayed in just about every category?
Is it surprising that we were in the position?
Yeah, that Justin Fields and the offense had the ball with 2 minutes left to potentially take a lead.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's surprising. I mean, we did a good job in the red zone. You know, holding them to field goals when instead of touchdowns keeps you in the ball game. Block punt or blocked field goal. So much goes into a football game, and then you know, but in those moments, we just gotta capitalize. You know, getting off the field in the fourth quarter on third down. You know, keeping them not letting them drive the ball, getting the ball back to our offense. But in those situations, I mean, a turnover or takeaway can completely change the game. So on the defensive side, kind of that's what our mindset's got to be.
What's Flus like as a play caller?
Good. I mean, obviously the first time with him, it's obviously been his defense for a while. He knows it very well, and but yeah, I mean, I'm curious. You know, Tremaine kind of is listening to him to like hear exactly what he's saying. But yeah, it felt like we were kind of setting more pressure early in the game and stuff like that, and definitely aggressive and knows what he wants and knows what on certain plays, certain down and distances, situational ball, can definitely trust him to put us in exactly the position that he wants us to be in.
Thank you. Thanks, Jack.